Welcome to Engineering Influence, a podcast by the American Council of Engineering Companies, coming to you live from the annual conference this year in Chicago. It's our annual fall conference, and I'm joined by Robin Greenleaf and Jeff Connolly of the ACEC Business Insurance Trusts. And this is the kind of something I've talked to Life and Health Trust earlier today, and I kind of said the trusts are the secret weapon of ACEC. They're a tool that a lot of our members might not know about, but really should, because it helps them become better businesses and better companies and retain talent, really do a lot of things and punch above their weight. So Robin and Jeff, tell us a little bit more about the trust. When did it start, its history, and the kind of services that you offer member firms?
Sure, Jeff. Thanks for the opportunity. The trust was started in 1983, so we've got over 30 years in at this point. It's comprised of 7 trustees. We are all engineers. We're from all parts of the country. And we have a program administrator in Grayling Epic. We've been working with them the last couple of years. And we also have Hartford as part of the team. They provide the insurance underwriting services. They're the actual insurance carrier. Grayling serves as the broker administrator for the program. So over the years, what we've been doing is developing business-related insurance products. And it's developed by the engineering team. We identify what kinds of risk strategies we want to protect our members from. The program is open to any ACEC member firm, regardless of size at this point. So the beauty of it is that as we've gone through the 30 years of watching the insurance industry change and watching the risk management and risks that our members are carrying, we've been able to evolve our products to follow the trends.
Yeah.
So it's a very important benefit that I really wish all of our members could understand, because as we're getting into new technologies like drones and what other things, Jeff? Chime in with that.
It's like cyber insurance. I mean, today there's so many important new issues that engineering firms need to deal with. So what we try and do as Grayling, as the broker and program administrator, is work with the Hartford, work with the trustees, to identify what those trends are and to determine what's the best course of action as far as coverage, and is coverage available to these firms. Having the engineers as trustees gives us that line of expertise that we wouldn't have without the knowledge of the engineering industry, and that through the trustees.
Yeah, I think that's really important because, again, it's risk management that's detailed and created for engineers, and it represents the risks and the issues that engineering firms encounter. That makes it different than other potential providers. That this is designed specifically for engineering firms. You did mention that it was kind of regardless of size. Give an idea of the diversity of the firms that you work with, the smallest firm versus the largest firm in terms of numbers.
We are insuring anybody from sole practitioner. We have many of those. My firm is 30 people. What's the largest firm that we have insured at this point, Jeff?
I would say about 750 employees. We also have, the dynamic of this program has changed a little bit. Many years ago, it used to be that if it didn't fit a certain underwriting criteria, then the engineering firm was really uninsurable. And what we try to do is incorporate a new approach. And we will provide insurance to every firm that's a member of ACEC, regardless of size or complexity of the risk. And we can't really say that's always been the case with the program, but nowadays that is the case. As Robin mentioned, Hartford is the carrier, the insurance carrier for this program. But if it doesn't fit comfortably with Hartford, or it's not the perfect fit for our client, we'll find another home for that firm. So again, we'll find a home regardless of the size or complexity.
So again, really the focus is minimizing risk and mitigating risks that businesses in the engineering space of all sizes kind of face. And you mentioned how businesses have changed and how things have changed over time. What are some of the big trends that you're seeing right now in this area?
Yeah, one of the real good things about Grayling is our sole purpose in life really is to insure engineering firms.
Yeah.
And we have a staff of approximately 50 employees that only insure architects and engineers on a national basis. So we've got great resources within our firm in attorneys that, were former general counsels at very large architectural firms and engineering firms. We have professional liability underwriters. So we have a lot of great resources. Some of the trends that we're seeing now, and that's being identified by our team, is I don't think I'm going to surprise anybody when I talk about distracted driving.
Yeah.
I mean, goodness. Distracted driving is probably the number one issue when it comes to automobile accidents. Mm-hmm. I'll be driving down the road and see a rear-end accident, and I just know how that accident occurred. So what we're trying to do is we've provided webinars for our clients and for ACEC members to try and identify and try and fix the distracted drivers and what they're doing. Stay off your cell phones, things like that. So that's probably the biggest issue that we see, especially from an automobile insurance standpoint.
Yeah.
And contracts, when it comes to like professional liability, the review of contracts, duty to defend. I was sitting in the small firm roundtables. This is a big, big issue. We try and tell our clients, don't sign these contracts, but sometimes they have to if they're going to work. It's just the way it is.
Yeah.
We're getting to a point where the states are starting to listen to us and our firms about, duty to defend and getting those out of those contracts. One of the things that we do, Grayling as the broker and program administrator for the Business Insurance Trust, is to help the states with legislative issues such as duty to defend. So we'll actually work with the executive directors to work with the legislators on that.
Especially when you brought in the idea of all the emerging technologies that are coming out, and of course engineering being kind of in the leading edge, especially in the private side. If you're doing a vertical project and your client is demanding some of these newer technologies that don't really have a well-defined risk profile attached to them, the connected technologies, the different IoT things that are being brought in. What risk does the engineering firm have in implementing those technologies when it's who owns that? There are a lot of little areas that are yet to be defined, and it's important that you have a resource like the trust to be able to provide that expertise and that thought leadership to help you make the right decision to mitigate your risk so you're not at the end of litigation.
Exactly. And I can add to that as a business owner that Grayling has both my professional liability insurance and also the business insurance. And one of the advantages that you have when you do that is that they will go through and look at all of your coverages across all of your policies. And if you have holes where you're uninsured and you didn't know about it, they will find it. And then they can set up insurance to cover the gaps. So that's been very, very helpful. I think that one of the things that has been really interesting as a trustee is we hold 3 meetings a year where we get the trustees and Grayling and the Hartford together. And one of the favorite parts of those meetings for me is when we get into the claims review. And we hear about things like survey crews where we have someone who was bitten by a tick.
Yeah.
You have no idea. The workers' comp, just the amount of money that is spent in those claims is immense. And then we start seeing trends where, and I'll add that one of the things that the trustees have done is set up some benefits to our members. One of those benefits is if you have a professional or a business-related claim, say you have a car accident, the trust will reimburse you for $1,000 of your deductible, which is a great thing to have.
Definitely.
But what we're seeing is a big spike in car-related
claims.
And again, as Jeff said, it's distracted driving. And so now what we've done is we've put together a safety committee within the trust. And the safety committee is looking at how can we educate our members to start reducing those claims.
Yeah.
Because it's driving the premiums up. So those are the kinds of fluid things that we're able to do as a trust, and it's just for the members, which makes it a lot of fun because we know if we can find a way to reduce risk, we're reducing risk for the entire member pool.
Yeah. And that's another thing to kind of underscore the point. If you are a small operation, let's say 5 people, let's say 10 people in an engineering firm, and you're trying to figure out, okay, how do we deal with all of these issues, and they don't really know where to go with it, that the trust exists to answer their questions and to help them out. And that's kind of why it's the secret weapon. It's that the secret weapon that we don't want to be secret anymore, which is one of the reasons we're doing the podcast and doing a lot more promotion, is to get more people involved in the trust. That it's an extremely important and a benefit that ACEC members have that they can take advantage of. And you could be a small firm and get the same level of service that someone 4 or 5 times your size can get, and the same expertise and the same, just access to information, expertise, and review that your larger competitors might have.
Exactly.
One of the most satisfying things for me with our program is when I first talk to a firm that's just getting started, a one-person firm, what insurance do I need? They don't know insurance, they know engineering. So they come to us for that knowledge and expertise so that they can do their business and feel comfortable about the risk. The coolest thing is when you grow with that firm.
Yeah.
And, I've got several firms today that, they started with 1 employee, and now they're well over 100 employees with a massive fleet of vehicles and just a very successful firm. And that, to me, is satisfying.
Yeah.
We've helped them become successful, and that means a lot to me.
Yeah. So where could people find you? What's the best place for a member who's looking to take advantage of all the services that you offer? Where can they find you? Who should they speak to? Where can you get them directed towards?
We've got a great website, www.acecbit.org. It'll give you all the information. It'll have information about the trustees. It'll have information about our Grayling team, information about the products available, as well as, once you become a client, ordering certificates of insurance online. So it's a very user-friendly website. My contact information is there. Jeff Conley, reach out to me, and we'll be happy to take very good care of you. Every state member organization is aware of us. Executive directors are very engaged in what we do. So if you're not familiar with our website or can't find our website, reach out to your executive director and ask for information about the Business Insurance Trust. They'll be happy to share that with you.
Wonderful. Anything else that we didn't touch upon, which we want to make sure that our audience knows, or we covered a lot of ground, so that's good.
No, I appreciate the opportunity.
Of course. More than happy to do so. And again, the ACEC Business Insurance Trust, Robin, Jeff, thank you for taking time out of a very busy conference and spending some time at the podcast booth. And look forward to the continued success of the trust and ACEC. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jeff.